Greeting for the day. Today we will learn about the intangibles. Are you guys excited to start the journey of intangibles? Let's begin learning. The main influences. Goodwill. IFRS 3, business combinations. IAS 36, impairment. IAS 38, intangibles. Other intangibles. IAS 38, intangibles. IAS 36, impairment. IFRS 13, fair value. The difference between the value of a business and the fair value of its separable assets and liabilities. Separable assets are those which can be sold separately, and thus include intangibles such as patents. Goodwill may be positive or negative. Why does goodwill exist? There are many items of benefit to a business, which are not included in assets. Well-known brand name. A good reputation. Strong customer base. The business may have a highly skilled workforce. How is goodwill valued? Master valuation method. Value the business as a whole using earnings or dividend model. Goodwill is the difference between the total value and the fair value of the separable net assets. Super profits method. Identify profits, which can be regarded as over and above a normal return. Capitalize at an appropriate rate that will reflect the level of risk. The nature of goodwill. Inherent goodwill will not be brought into the accounts. Purchased goodwill must be accounted for. Fixed asset. Deduction from shareholders' funds, the dangling debit. Immediate write-off. Goodwill is a fixed asset. Retained indefinitely unless a permanent reduction in value becomes apparent. Amortized to income statement over its expected economic life. Amortized to reserves over its expected economic life. Goodwill deducted from shareholders' funds. Known as the dangling debit. Retained indefinitely, unless a permanent reduction in value becomes apparent. Amortized to income statement over its expected economic life. Amortized to reserves over its expected economic life. Goodwill immediate write-off. Write-off to income statement. Write-off to reserves. Goodwill and intangible assets. Positive goodwill. To be classified under intangible assets, that is, should be capitalized. To undergo annual impairment test, IAS 36. Negative goodwill. To be taken in full to the profit or loss as income of the reporting period during which the transaction occurred. Goodwill acquired in a business combination IFRS 3. Classify, capitalize, under non-amortizable intangible assets. The goodwill must undergo an impairment test at the end of each year, IAS 36. Goodwill and intangible assets. Purchased goodwill is part of a larger asset, for which management remains accountable. Intangible assets. Those that can be readily identified and separately measured, for example, trademarks and patents. Those that are essentially similar to goodwill, for example, brands. Internally generated, inherent, goodwill. Should never be capitalized. Capitalize as an intangible fixed asset. Amortized to income statement over its economic life, normally not more than 20 years. Impairment test after 1 year. Further impairment tests, if loss in value is suspected. Immediate write-off of value losses. If goodwill has an indefinite life, it should not be amortized. Impairment test at the end of each year. Immediate write-off of value losses. The gain, bargain purchase, should be recognized in the profit or loss of the acquirer. Credit the bargain purchase in full in the profit or loss of the current reporting period, during which the transaction occurred. Capitalize at cost, if purchased separately, from the purchase of a business. Capitalize at fair value, if purchased as part of the purchase of a business, and it can be separately valued. Include as part of goodwill, if purchased as part of the purchase of a business, and it cannot be separately valued. amortized to income statement over its economic life. Internally developed intangible fixed asset may be capitalized only if it has a readily ascertainable market value. Assets will need to be grouped as income-generating units and fair value determined by discounting expected future cash flows. If there is a decline in value of an income-generating unit, then the assets within that unit should be written down, starting with goodwill and intangibles. Covers expenditure ranging from the broad concept of general research to the specific application of development of a product that can be produced and marketed. Important accounting concepts. Accruals. Prudence. Prudence will prevail if there is a conflict. Pure research. Original investigation to gain new scientific or technical knowledge. Not primarily directed towards any specific application. Applied research. Original investigation to gain new scientific or technical knowledge. Directed towards a specific application. Development. The use of new scientific or technical knowledge to produce a new or improved product. IAS 36 and IAS 38 do not apply to expenditure relating to locating or exploiting mineral deposits. Expenditure relating to locating or exploiting oil deposits. Expenditure reimbursable by third parties. Costs to be included in research and development expenditure. Payroll costs. Material costs. Equipment depreciation. Overhead expenses. Amortization of patents. Other related costs. Pure research. Write-off to income statement in the year in which the expenditure is incurred. Applied research. Write-off to income statement in the year in which the expenditure is incurred. Development. May be capitalized. IAS 38 should be capitalized. May be written off to income statement in the year in which the expenditure is incurred, but no for IAS 38. Capitalization of development expenditure. Must be a clearly defined project. Expenditure must be separately identifiable. Project must be technically feasible. Must be commercially viable. Costs must be more than covered by related revenues. Adequate resources must be available to complete the project. Commence in the period in which commercial production begins. Amortize on the basis of revenues earned. Use of the product. Time. Review deferred expenditure at each balance sheet date. Write off irrecoverable expenditure. Do not write back expenditure that has previously been written off. Experience in forecasting techniques. Does the expenditure fluctuate each year? Standard policy in the industry. Amount of expenditure relative to the company's total expenditure. Importance of commercial secrecy. Does the company want to boost its balance sheet? Choice should be removed. If expenditure meets development criteria, then it should be capitalized. If expenditure does not meet development criteria, then it should not be capitalized. Impairment of assets and goodwill, and IFRS 3 and 13. Fixed assets and goodwill should be reviewed for impairment if there is some indication that impairment has occurred. If possible, individual assets should be tested for impairment. Impairment testing is based upon expected cash flows, therefore it may not be possible to test an individual asset. Groups of assets may need to be identified. Asset groups are known as income-generating units, IGU, or cash-generating units, CGU. Impairment is measured by comparing the carrying value of the asset, or IGU, with its recoverable amount. Impairment losses are normally recognized in the income statement. Impairment losses arising on a previously revalued fixed asset are included in the statement of total recognized gains and losses, STRGL, until the carrying value falls below depreciated historical cost. Recoverable amount is the higher of net realizable value, NRV, and value in use, VIU. VIU depends upon the recognition of future cash flows, which should be discounted to a present value, using the rate of return which the market would expect from an equally risky investment. What might cause impairment? A current period operating loss, relating to the IGEU, combined with past period operating losses, or expected future operating losses, or cash outflows. A significant decline in a fixed asset's market value in the period. Evidence of obsolescence or physical damage to a fixed asset. A significant adverse change in the business or market in which the IGU is operating. A significant adverse change in statutory or other regulatory environment. A significant adverse change in any indicator of value used to measure the fair value of a fixed asset on acquisition. A commitment by management to undertake a significant reorganization. A major loss of key employees. A significant increase in market interest rates or other market rates of return that are likely to materially affect the IGU's recoverable amount. Events which might cause impairment could also have an effect on the economic life of the IGU, and this should also be reviewed. Where impairment is apparent, the losses should be applied first to any goodwill in the IGU, then to any capitalized intangible assets, and finally to the tangible assets. Where appropriate, past impairments may be reversed, except goodwill may be taken into account through the discount rate used. May be taken into account through an adjustment to the cash flows, which may involve some element of probability analysis. Tax will also affect the discount rate or cash flows. Master valuation methods. Value the business as a whole using earnings or dividend model. Super profits method. Identify profits which can be regarded as over and above a normal return. Based on dividend model. Congratulations! You have completed your learning course.